Welcome to Bakerstreet.coasters live. Now, please remember to subscribe. Anyways, today we are on about Nemesis Sub-Terra, a building listed as the Phalanx HQ under, in Alton Towers Resort. Now, Nemesis Sub-Terra tells the story of Nemesis, as we know, and it's got the egg inside, which I think is amazing. And it tells you the story of how Nemesis hatched, for it to go Nemesis Reborn. Hello. So, now that Nemesis Reborn has been officially done, and it tends to be opening this year, we have a really big decision on our hands, or Alton Towers do anyways, about if they should open or close Nemesis Sub-Terra. Now, hello. So, Nemesis Sub-Terra, it tells the story of Nemesis, like I've said. It's got the egg inside. It features a drop-down tower. It's like a drop-down ride. It's got 4 different drop-down areas, and it goes under the ground, and you get to see, well, I think it goes under the ground anyways. I'm not quite sure how that contraption works. But yes, it goes under, and then you see the egg explode, and it opens, you get back into an elevator, and then you go out, and that's basically the story of Nemesis Sub-Terra, but it's practically really boring, and I do not like it at all. It is not better than the predecessor of the Dark Ride, which opened in 2023, which the Curse at Alton Manor was. So I kind of dislike how they did, and they rushed the Nemesis Sub-Terra bit. Anyways, so with Nemesis Reborn opening the roller coaster, this brings really hard looks on the Nemesis thing, because back in 2015 we saw Nemesis Sub-Terra also close due to them downsizing the rides they need because of the Smiler crash, which happened in 2015 too. Yes, smile always. So with that in mind, they then opened it in the 2018-2019 season as a Project 42 thing, which was a scare maze, and then they didn't open it after because of COVID came along, and 2020 they kind of got rid of it, and nothing happened to this building. It didn't get demolished. No, it was just a green building with a tank outside of it, which is now painted black and red, which yet again kind of fits into the theming of Phalanx, which is also black and red. But with the green building still there, it then was in speculation of what could replace this ride. It didn't get replaced, of course, because it just got refurbished, and it was renamed the Phalanx HQ for Nemesis Sub-Terra, whilst Nemesis Reborn or Nemesis the ride was getting reconstructed. Now, like I said, Nemesis Reborn is tend to open this year, and if they do remove Nemesis Sub-Terra, then I would hopefully I would want to see Ripsaw come back. As like Ripsaw used to be a ride where the Funk and Fly is now. And Ripsaw was a tower spin. I don't know who it was by, but it was like you. There's like 20 passengers, 10 each side, and then you got water wet on you every time it went upside down. But it used to spin every time it went round. Like the seats used to spin round as you go round. Which I kind of like. I like that whole concept, and the fact that you got Ripsaw kind of leads into the, because it was really well themed to the Nemesis site as well, because it was like old and rustic. On the other hand, on the other side, you've got Galactica, which God knows where that theme has come from. It's like the breezy air side, air. But anyways, so we have Galactica, and then I really wish we have Ripsaw back. The whole concept of Retroscope really didn't fit into play, which I kind of think is awful, because, you know, I mean, imagine putting a fairground ride in the middle of a haunted or some sort of Forbidden Valley place. It doesn't match, especially opposite Nemesis itself. It doesn't match that whole overall theming, because you've got this really bright attraction, and then you've got these really dark rides like on the other side, and then you've got Galactica on the other side, which God knows why it's there. But I don't know. I don't understand how they've add the theming for Galactica. Now, yet again, Galactica is getting redone, as we know, because the title got stripped. It literally got stripped. But yet again, Nemesis getting redone really does leave a hard push on Nemesis Sub-Terra. Now, what I do like about Nemesis Sub-Terra, and I have said this in the past, is you go down from the Gloomy Wood, which is where the Curse at Alton Manor is, which is another ride which opened this last year. It was new. It was open on opening day. Now, you go down from the Gloomy Wood path, and then you first ride you are approached by is Nemesis Sub-Terra, which tells you the story of how Nemesis became a huge beast from the egg, and then how the Phalanx guys took over it. And then you go off the ride, and then you go down to Nemesis itself, which kind of really does tell the story of Nemesis. Now, if I did get rid of Nemesis Sub-Terra, that story approach wouldn't be significant. If you go to somewhere like the Smiler, you know what it is, because you've got the 6 arms, the Nocilator, the Giggler, the Hypnotizer, the Marmalizer, I don't think there's even one, the Flasher, the Giggler, Tickler, oh, I said the same things over. And then you go from Oblivion, and then you know what it is straight away, because it's like, don't look down. You've got that whole big, huge sign on the floor going, don't look down, and you're held at the top and going down. 13, which yet again also has that really good approach, because you're like in a crypt. You've got Rita, which also tells that really good approach of theming, because you're in a forest, like dark forest, and you've got to escape, so you've got to go as quick as lightning, not as quick as stealth, but quick as lightning, and then round 60 miles per hour. But the Nemesis place, it's okay, but really doesn't fit into the Galactica theming, nor does it fit into the Retro Squad theming. So if they do replace Retro Squad, I am really happy if they get rid of Retro Squad completely, please. I really hope there isn't another one. And if they do get rid of Retro Squad or Nemesis Terror, I would love to see Ripsaw or some sort of dark theming that themes into the area of Forbidden Valley where Nemesis is, instead of having a really upbeat, light, ravey 80s like ride, Light Fun Can Fly, which I kind of think is awful enough as it is. So yes, on to what you guys think. I'm gonna go now. Smile always, and yes, bye guys.